Shapiro.
Yes, the amount is any amount of Ben Shapiro.
Any amount of Ben Shapiro is too much. And welcome to Wargaming Whenever. Perfect timing for that. So this is going to be fun because a little leprechaun has managed to get a copy of the Chaos Daemons codex early.
Won't somebody think of the poor embargo or release dates?
Poor embargo.
What embargo?
I don't know.
We won't issue the review copy.
I'm thinking of video games with their
it's not a review copy. We have no embargo.
This is true. It is just literally a copy.
Because as if they would make any of us playtesters.
Christ, could you imagine?
Oh,
I'd love it.
I mean, look, they'll get rid of the broken shit if you were the playtester, Cal. But
I could
they also
single-handedly
wouldn't
balance
because
the system.
they would go and fix things that don't exist because you don't read.
No, they would
and
go.
Don't say what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Don't say it.
They'd put the end of the rule at the start so that he reads the end of the rule first.
They put the important bit at the start just as a sentence. It doesn't make any sense out of context, but then he reads the rest. Like, oh, I think I know. I understand.
If you want my attention for the entirety of the rule, don't put the fluff at the beginning because I'll read that, get tired, and then I'm only going halfway through the first paragraph.
So because he's got one eye, isn't it? Because he's only got one eye.
And I will start reading the entire rule when GW writes the entire rule.
Yeah. We've heard this joke before.
Yes.
Not live, we haven't.
No.
This is true.
This is brand new for the world. For everybody else, they've been listening to me go on about this shit for 3 days, 4 days.
We heard him say that, and it's like, oh, this is the 1000th time I've heard that. Someone please just cap me already.
Nope. Exalted Bloodthirster, capped at 8 wounds.
Unless it's fighting the Nightbringer, in which case it's capped at dead.
Yeah, it's capped at dead.
Spoilers.
Well, no, because I mean he doesn't have a 4-up demon save, which can't be ignored by the Nightbringer's ignore invuln saves thing.
Until they change that and make it so that every rule that ignores invuln saves now ignores demon saves as well.
Yeah, look, yeah. I mean, look, I agree with the TT guys. It's like obviously
never agree with the TT guys.
That's because you hate them for no reason.
Really dumb the way it's written.
But you hate everyone that isn't Play On because they don't talk ever in Play On.
Yep.
Don't you just like to have something going, like a long thing that you can have going while you're painting or building?
Nope. I have Nick from Play On is my spirit animal. I just want to see explosions. This is my entirety of the game.
I second that motion. I just want to see Magnus die.
If I were a playtester, I'd be straight out of the codexes, and I just want to make the mission packs, and that's it. Let me have infantry explode on a 4.
Can you imagine how fucky Cal's mission packs would be?
Let's not talk about
that. We went through this the other week, and I actually made some stipulations that weren't ridiculous.
Which was surprising. Also, I'm pretty sure that was a dream.
Yeah, it sounds like you imagined all of that.
But anyway,
don't make me scroll back through 3 weeks of chat.
Chaos Daemons.
Do you know how much nonsense that is? That is so much nonsense.
And it's all me.
It's just bullshit. Do you know there's so many messages?
Half the time, I'll put my phone down for 5 minutes, pick it up, and there'll be 100 messages sitting there.
I woke up, and when I woke up this morning, because I'm on 10 to 6 this week, when I woke up this morning and I checked my phone after I had my shower, got dressed, all that nonsense. I looked at my phone, 52 messages.
Only
and that's between 8. That's only 52. That's between 8 and 10.
That could be worse. I've seen worse.
I have seen worse. I've literally woken up on like 190 one morning. I'm like, oh Christ.
Lie, it was me, GIF insert here.
Look, I muted the chat for like 1 hour at one point, and when I unmuted it, there was over 300 messages.
I believe I recall that day. I believe Cal and I were trying to convince Reese that tyrannies weren't bad.
Because for some reason, are bad.
Obviously. To play against. Yes.
They are completely useless. They don't do anything. They're all strength 1, 1 attack each. They are plus 2 AP, so not only do they not worsen armor saves, but they make them better.
You get a better save. Unless you're a demon.
Unless you're a demon, then fuck you. So, Cal, demons.
Yes.
Demon saves work exactly the way that Games Workshop said. There's no like sneaky stuff in there, no exceptions.
Nope. There is no caveat. It is just unmodifiable, which is for and against, to be fair. So, light cover isn't coming into play.
This, I suppose.
Yes, no, that's good. I do like that because, like, obviously, if they hadn't put that in, it would be
very
bad.
Powerful.
Because, like, gaze upon my army of Zinj with my 2-up save that you can't ignore or reduce.
Until I get into combat, then it's a 6-up.
And then I'm just fucking dead.
But now I'm in heavy enough for 5.
But now I'm in heavy cover, I do like that. And look, it makes sense. It is fluffy. It is very fluffy. Because obviously in the fluff, like, they do the whole thing of, like, when they first encounter demons, they're, like, putting bolters and, like, flamers and plasmas and las cannons and Volkite into them. And they're like, this is doing nothing. And then they're like, I'm going to fucking stab you because you're right in front of me now. And, like, that dies. And, like, So it does make sense because, it's and I've seen sort of, like, they talk about the fact that because they're essentially emotions made manifest, like, how do you kill the scary monster in the dark? You don't shoot it.
Sure, you
use a sword. It's a magic sword.
No. You use the big shooter and you make as much noise as possible.
We're not talking about. There's not orcs. Don't count.
Orcs are going to love fighting demons so much.
Because if we go fluffy, orcs should just be, I believe you're dead.
You drop dead. Yeah, that's how orcs work.
It takes a bit more than that.
Does it though?
No, it does. Like,
Not for a fungus with legs.
The point is that it's like,
which makes orcs technically vegan.
It's quintillions of fungus, all believing the same thing. They're not. It's not just one fucking orc goes, I believe that this is in fact a las cannon and it's a stick. Every single orc in existence basically has to think that stick is a las cannon, and that stick will probably become a las cannon.
Yeah, but think of the chain reaction. Like the big orc can just go, I believe that you, orc, believe this. And it's just chain reaction down the horde as they're running down a hill with choppers in the air saying, I think I can. The
little fungus that could.
A little mushroom that could.
But yeah, anyway.
Orcs is good. Green is best.
Green is best. This is a true fact. Friendly.
Orcs is made for fighting and for winning.
They is made for fighting and winning. But we're not talking about orcs, Zach.
No, we're not.
We're talking about
demons. We're talking about different green things. And pink things and blue things and purple things.
Oh, look. I'm
things of all the colours of the rainbow.
To buying just so many freaking horrors.
Look,
because I find this funny.
They're not great, but they're not terrible.
They're not great. Like, you can't even do any stupid shit with them. Like, what? Why?
Look, I think
I'm gonna buy some horrors.
Shit.
Okay.
Doesn't just taking them count as doing stupid shit with them?
I'm gonna buy some plague bearers who will just they're annoying. They are very annoying. They're the 2 wounds. That's T5 2 wounds. 4+5+, I think. Yeah. And then there's a few ways to bring them back to life.
Let's have a look.
I'm probably not buying a Guo.
Strength 4, T5.
They're basically Plague Marines.
5-inch movement, yep.
Yeah, basically.
Incoming units of 10, yeah.
And they're coming in 10. They don't have a -1 damage.
They don't have guns.
They have guns.
No plasma guns to overcharge.
They're kind of chopped, I think.
They give off a -1 leadership.
Yes, because they're demons, and all demons do that.
Yeah,
something.
4+ for the weapon
Shooting
and
and-
ballistic.
Yeah, I mean they're dead. They're like they're
It's
it's like poxwalkers. Like they're not actually. It's like of course they don't punch.
They kind of just slime on you.
Oh, that rains here. The rainsary, man.
Look, you know what my favorite part about rainy days is? It reminds me that the sky likes to cry too.
Why does it always rain on me?
Oh, wow. But
And now, not only are we demonetized, but we owe royalties.
Oh, bollocks. Look, Cal, that's coming out of your paycheck.
But just a reminder, this is there's a particular regiment of renown in Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3 now for the Tomb Kings that is colloquially known as the what is it? I've forgotten most of the name. It's the
Everything
something
must be
Legion
skeletal.
of something, and it's called the because let's just say it sounds like a swear. And I'm going to say it because I've been swearing a lot. It's the it's like Legion of fucked.
Legion of Fuck. Look, that is a new Flanachy Chaos Space Marine Legion. All of your Plague Marines are being painted like that now. They're now Flanachy Marines. Because I said so.
That's right. The Blessed Legion of fucked. Or fucked.
With a
And so
PH,
everyone calls it the Legion of the Blessed Legion of Demonetized.
Seems fair. Yes,
But yeah, no, demons cool. Demons balance.
Demons
Demons
look like
balance?
demons do actually look like they're pretty decent. Like it's yeah. I mean obviously I haven't looked at the book, I haven't read it. I won't get it this week. I'll probably get it next pay. I'm gonna buy some new shoes. And then obviously there's Chris's beverages that we're doing. I don't know if you were invited to that, Jono, but you probably wouldn't come because you don't drink, coward.
Look, I will. If they're offering free drinks for Dezo, I'll take it.
I will buy you at least some cola, okay?
Excellent. I hate cola.
But you have to probably drive me home, unless you plan to go home at a reasonable time. We'll see where the night takes us.
We'll
Spoilers,
see
it's
what happens.
LAIs.
Oh, that's even. Look, I already don't like cola, and that's one of the worst ones.
Okay, I'll buy you a lemonade. Fuck.
Lemon lime bitters, and you have a deal.
I'm working another Sunday, so I will be loaded next pay, which is
Thunderbar. Anyway, so Cal sent me some pictures of some stuff in the book.
Yes.
We can go over. But before we get to that, I just want to know, is there like different chapters or equivalent? So it's just your
No.
you've
No?
got your God. So you've got there's 5
you've got
books. The Book of Blood, the Book of Change, the Book of Contagion, the Book of Excess, and the Book of the Warp. So that's basically, as the names imply, Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh, Undivided.
Perfect. Undivided it is because
Undivided has 3 things in it. It's got 3 data sheets.
It's
Demon Prince,
Yeah.
Be'lakor, Soul Grinder.
this is acceptable.
and that is all that it has going for it.
Because everything else is owes allegiance to a god.
Yeah.
That's fair. And I'm assuming that basically, because I'm yet to read the book, because Cal's got it all the way in Golden.
Yes, he needs to move
He
back
needs to
here
move
so
back
he can
here.
do stuff. He'd be closer to your mum.
Other than just taking, the god-specific demons, is there like special rules that's unique
No.
between? No. So, okay. So it's just you get.
It's all just straight up. Mate,
It is
at least you have special rules for your dynasties, mate. I got plague companies. I get a relic of warlord trade and a fucking plague.
Look, that's cool.
Your dynasties do stuff, and now that your command protocols aren't shit.
I know they're still kind of not great.
They're not great, but you have a lot more. You can be like, okay, I'm going to pick this one, and I always have this one, and I just fucking do the rest whenever.
Look,
But see, the cool thing about the demons not having any kind of specific legions or anything like that is the only thing that you need to access a strat
Is
the
to
keyword.
have something with the keyword, exactly.
Yeah,
I suppose.
that's it. So, like, even if you're taking mixed, you know, if you want to pull something out for that specifically Khorne or Flanachy, you can.
You just got to have
And
it. Yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
exactly.
so instead of just having, you know, your basic 8 strats or X amount, you've opened this entire book of strats depending on what you've taken. So if you take something from everything, which CP allowing some days, you know, you're looking at an answer for almost any kind of situation.
Especially if it's
Wonderful.
Eldar and you're playing.
Yeah.
You have a Flanachy demon.
Yeah.
And then that stratagem's worthless otherwise.
Look,
Yeah.
I think
naff. I mean, like, yeah.
I think it's Flanachy Daemons versus the Shuriken list, just for the lol.
It's probably not going to do much because they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, the Shuriken list is explicitly designed on getting as many. I
Got
suppose
through
as
as
much of a
possible.
muchness. But it's like
And
it is designed to have as many 6s as possible,
Yeah.
which don't mean too much. But then again, as I said, like, you know, as I said, like, it was designed to fuck custodians.
Yeah.
Who have a 4+ save.
And at 406 shots at its peak, it fucked Custodes hard.
This is true.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's very
as
unfun.
it should.
It's almost as unfun as losing my fucking obsec.
Look, we're never
Can't have
giving you
obsec
that
on something
obsec
that's
back.
not there.
Look, if I don't get obsec back on all my troops that aren't characters, I am going to be a sad boy.
Look, here's the thing
I'll
you're
be
missing,
sad
Zach.
in my heart and my
You
soul.
don't need obsec if everyone else is dead.
Look, that works most of the time, but it doesn't work every single time.
I'll give you
Obsec doesn't
obsec
work
on
every time.
every single unit in your book every time I take the Shuriken list.
Still not worth it.
But anyway,
Because you get like Garfield.
let's look at some of these delicious
Yes.
things in this book.
There's some great things in
So
here.
There
I'm
is
just
some
putting
great
on
things.
screen right now the data sheet for the Skull Altar.
The Skull Altar's poo.
Look, I love this thing so much. Mainly because I'm going to get one for one purpose and one purpose alone. Fighting Chris's Thousand Sons.
Oh no! He doesn't care.
So, but here's
Doesn't-
my thing. The Skull Altar would have seen a lot more play if it came with the deployment rule of deploying outside of your deployment zone. If it could deploy in no man's land, that
Wait,
thing
can it
would have
not?
been not that I can see.
Is
Not that
it
I
a
can
terrain
see.
thing?
Is it terrain or is it just fortification?
It's a fortification.
It's a
One
fortification. Zach's wrong.
I am rarely wrong.
Definitely wrong.
I'm sometimes mistaken, but I'm rarely wrong.
Yeah, building, vehicle, transport, walk locus, Skull Altar.
It's for fortification.
And it's in fortification detachment, yeah.
You can always deploy those outside of.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Yeah, it's the same as the plague cauldron, as the webway gate, as the feculent nullmore, as other things that no one uses because fortifications are bad.
Webway Gate specifically said that it could. I thought it had to specifically say in abilities, otherwise it had to go on your deployment just like everything else.
That's what I thought as well. But anyway, -2 to psychic tests for
We like
everything
this.
within 18, so that's fun. And the rest of its rules are very. Yeah, they exist.
Yeah. Normal does. Yeah, the normal does. It can be set up anywhere outside of 9 inches from your opponent's deployment.
And the Skull Altar doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
That's weird.
It's also a transport.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a stationary transport.
They can take one herald.
Yeah, it can only take a herald. That's all it can take. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
In saying that, it gets the auras of that herald.
Yeah, but like what? It's adding an extra maybe inch, 2 inches to those auras because of the size of it. It's
inside. That's kind of
60 points.
sizable.
It's not worth it, especially if it does rules as written.
But that's what I'm saying. If it could be deployed outside of your deployment, then yeah, no, I think that's actually quite all right.
Look,
especially for the
it's only 60 points.
Yeah,
the warp store. Yeah, but it's fine. It's
really
so bizarrely specific. Like it's when you finish your roll, because I'm obviously I don't have the codex because I'm not in Goulburn. Otherwise, we would do this in person with a probably nicer place. We'd probably actually put effort into it.
What's effort?
Yeah, so it's when you finish a roll of a d6. When you finish, roll a d6. Oh, right, no. So when the bloke is in it,
yes,
he can attempt an action, and when the said action is completed, you roll a d6 for every Khorne demon unit that is within 12 inches of this model and is also in engagement range of an enemy unit. And on a 4+, you get a warp storm point. What the fuck is the point of that?
Which is what I'm saying. If that was outside of your deployment,
even if it's outside the deployment zone.
I mean, you go dump that in the middle of the battlefield. That could be fun.
Exactly.
I guess.
And then it's pumping out a -2 to psychic tests.
The only thing I care about is the -2 to psychic tests. That's because psychers are heresy.
Look, -2 to psychic test is a lot of fun. The rest of the rules are just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, I'd like to remind you that I'm the person that takes a Calexis Assassin with Grey Knights just for that -2 to psychic test.
I still, look, honestly, not next pay.
That's 100 points.
Not next pay, but the pay after.
This is only 60 points.
Yeah.
Because I am sure that I will be working probably another Sunday in the next couple of weeks because I'm that is my life now. I work Sundays because it is good. It is good for the finances. I am going to buy to be delivered to Goulburn the execution
more Sisters of Silence.
Yes, no, do that.
Oh yeah, no, there will be more sisters coming. I am sorry. They will be coming at some point. I need more sisters. I like sisters. It's as I said to Carolyn, we're playing the other night. It's like, I'm pretty sure the reason I don't win most of my games with Custodies is because I insist on taking at least 200 to 300 points of sisters.
Pretty much.
And then it's like, if I did what I did that night, which was just, and look, there was some Forge World stuff in there, but if I just go ham on the fucking Custodies, it's bad. It's a bad time for all involved.
Look, I'm going to laugh when Cal gets that package in the mail and opens it, and he messages Zach and be like, they accidentally sent Sisters of Battle instead of Sisters of Silence.
They can't, not even they can fuck that up.
Wow.
All right, the week of the 19th, what am I doing? What am I working?
It's saying that we are talking GW now. I know a couple of guys.
I mean, look, to be fair, I did see a couple of people post that they got their, special edition model and they were empty boxes. Or the other model.
I did see the other model. I didn't see the empty box. I'm still waiting on my Warhammer Plus model.
He's like, my Vindicare is so stuffy that he's not here.
No, it's just the orc is just telling everybody to believe that he is the Vindicator.
No, the orc is painted purple. He's a commander.
Yeah. Look,
is that why the box wasn't empty? We just couldn't see him.
So, what's this next thing that Cal sent me? And let's talk about that. It looks like a psychic power, a Witchfire psychic power.
Oh,
wait, what the fuck?
Let's see. Has a warp charge of 7 if manifested. Select an enemy within 18. Ooh, select an enemy within 18. That's fun and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
It's visible. Roll 6d6 for each 5+, so you're looking at probably 2 of them. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Until the start of your next psychic phase, each time that unit suffers a mortal wound as a result of this psychic power, subtract 1 from the leadership. What?
Yep.
Oh, you're talking about Phantasmagoria.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it takes a model and you lose the leadership.
However, so what that means is if, for example, you are, say, an Emperor's Chosen Custodian and you roll 6 4+, you don't take the mortal wounds, but you still go down to Leadership 5.
Fuck you.
Now let's onto that. Now let's say
But I
I've
still have
taken
leadership,
Night Lords.
unlike all you fuckers who will have none.
Almost. If I then take my Night Lords with fearsome and now demonic,
Yes,
demonic
but they're not
terror,
gonna
it's
be
another
there.
-4.
You're not going
They're
to
not
make
going to
leadership
be
work.
there.
I need literally 2 other units to be within 6 of you. That's it.
That the getting
Wait,
to the 6 is the problem.
Why is it why are the custodes taking it? Oh, we need to roll the 4 for your 4-up shrug again.
Yeah.
Yes, Ember shows that the 4-up shot against models. So they're not actually. They're taking like 2 or 3 at most.
But what I'm
You
saying
might
is,
kill a
with
banana.
You're
having
averaging
leadership
2,
thing is the
maybe getting
part.
3, but you're just as likely to get just 1.
that too. But we're also talking about me rolling IRL, which is the video that I sent through with a couple of
yeah, that
6s and a
was-
couple
Yeah,
of 5s.
I did. Okay, I could roll that. I could roll that myself and be like, okay,
No, you can't.
okay.
Watch this. He's gonna
He's-
roll like mutant snake eyes.
He's specifically looking for the custody dice.
I'm obviously going to roll the custodian's dice.
Zach, we
I
are
can't roll
expecting you.
Death Guard dice.
We
or
are
Making
expecting you to
dice.
point the camera at the dice.
Your psychic power is denied. Sorry.
Cool. You still
I mean, that was a 4, so
That's what I need.
that's fair.
And
So,
then
yeah,
just
that
for
psychic
funsies,
power
this is
is
just
not.
for funsies.
It's not worth anything because Zach's just going to deny it automatically. Jesus.
So this is the episode where we make Zach get a tub of water and start spinning dice.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. Maybe after I finally collect my custodians.
Look,
will I
when
do that.
maybe when we make Cal start eating the dice. Remember,
I've got
we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, and Cal will roll 10,000 dice, and every 6 that comes up, he will eat.
I feel like I missed something in the last month.
yeah, that was last week.
So get your friends to subscribe because you want to see a grown man eat what would that be, like 1,500 chunks of plastic?
That's a lot of dice.
Yeah, prepared to see my life story on Lad Bible because after my memoriam.
I will return presently.
Anyway, while Zach runs off like a little coward, let's talk about what's this. This is the
Let's actually get through something.
yeah. Let's actually get through something. These are the warp storm things.
Yes. Yeah. So Warp
these are the
Storm
Zinchian
is
ones.
you get so you get to roll 8d6. I think it's for any 4+. You get a Warp Storm point, and then you can spend these during the turn.
Okay, so you
they
roll
don't-
that in the command phase, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, so they don't overlap unless you have a specific warlord trait or something like that where you can store a couple away for the next turn. Otherwise, they just disappear.
Oh geez, you can just boost all of your Zinchian units ballistic skill.
There
by
is
1.
there are some
That'll be
absolutely
so
crazy
useful with
stuff.
flamers of Zinch.
Mm-hmm. There's some really, really useful warp storm abilities.
Add
The only
one to
thing
psychic
is-
test. That sounds like fun.
The only thing is like the warp storm the cost versus what you've actually rolled out of 8d6 looking for 4s plus. That's where it
Right.
gets really. To be fair, if you could,
So
if
is
it
it
was
you-
lower and you could pick them, it's swingy at best.
Is it you get
It's not the best.
So you
It's
roll.
not a terrible rule, but it's not.
It was what 8d6 you roll in your command phase,
Nah.
and
Every
each
4 plus
plus
is a
gets
point.
1 point.
Nah.
Yes.
So you're looking at an average of 4 points per turn.
Yes.
On average.
Which is why something like the every single model on the battlefield heals D3 wounds, and any units that have models that are deceased that have where all the models have 1 wound get D3 back that are destroyed.
Really, really strong abilities. Just
Map wide,
really hard to keep.
it's 5 warp storm.
Get it
points.
up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't really stack them on each other because you're not going to have that
And-
many.
Correct.
And you definitely cannot rely on it.
What do we got?
And
in
this
that,
corn?
it's very chaos.
Corn is all we really care about, so let's look at that.
Oh, we do not know. Nurgle is all we care about.
We'll get to that. Look, we'll
But
get to
he's
the
the
speaking
grandfather.
bullets.
We'll do that
Um,
last.
Ooh, that looks like fun. So use this effect at the
I mean,
start of
he's
the
very
fight
slow.
phase until the end of the phase. Add 1 to the attack's characteristic of all corn demons from your army.
Yep.
Yes.
Army wide.
That's fucking brutal. That's a lot of extra attacks.
That is a lot of extra attacks. Like it is
But-
a lot.
But
And
look at the
honestly,
cost
it's-
of it.
Then you stack it. There's 4 warp storm points.
Yeah.
But then you stack it with the single best aura in the entire game. Do you know of the single best aura in the entire game, John?
My will be done.
No. It is Scarbrand's aura, which I
Scarbrand.
believe is what's it called? Unrelenting Rage or something to that effect.
It is called Rage Embodied.
Rage and Butters, yeah. So listen to this, Jono. It's hilarious.
Yep, let's go. Let's go. What do you got?
Oh, am I reading it?
Yes.
I don't have the fucking rule.
This is the guy that's been sitting there telling us about this horror.
Yeah.
I know how things work. I just don't have the
Look, just
wording.
one of you start
Okay.
talking.
All right. So while the unit is within 6 inches of this model, point
unit.
1, point 1 of 3. Add 1 to the attack's characteristic of the model in that unit. Point 2. Each time a morale test is taken for that unit, it is automatically passed. Point 3. Each time this unit is selected to fall back, the controlling players roll 3d6. If the total is greater than the unit's leadership characteristic, that unit cannot fall back. We are fighting to the death.
We should clarify. It says a unit.
Yes, a unit. No, yeah.
It says
Add
a
one-
unit.
Add 1 to the attack's characteristics of models in that unit.
A unit. That is
Yes,
Scarbrand.
while-
That is
aura.
any demons near Scarbrand. That is any enemy units near Scarbrand. Everyone gets
Within 6 inches.
Wait, no. It says a unit, so only that unit.
No,
It's aura.
it's an aura. It's a 6-inch aura. A unit.
So what you're saying?
While
Is-
a unit is within.
While a unit is
Damn it.
within 6 inches.
I missed the while.
Yeah. While a unit is within 6 inches.
That's fucking...
So within this little
The best hero in the
Person-
game. The best hero in the game. It's terrible.
within this
but
little
hilarious.
personal bubble, you could be adding 2 attacks to every model in it. But no, that it doesn't matter who you are. You're probably not leaving the fight.
You either die
Or you don't die.
or you don't die. There is no in between.
You die or kill. That is your only
That's
option.
it.
Look, to be fair, in our
It's kill or
local
be
meta,
killed.
how often do any of us actually fall out of combat?
I've never. That's a lie. I have fallen out of combat on a few occasions.
I will fall back if I have something like a Titanic or a strat, so I'm not getting the penalty. My biggest pet hate is receiving penalties for anything. It doesn't matter if it is it really doesn't matter to me if it is the logical, strategic thing to do.
You should probably play logical.
I am not doing it.
I mean, they still have a penalty. It's -1 to hit, but they basically can fall back and shoot.
I'm not taking that penalty. I'll have the unit
This is the
die
true reason
before I
why he
take
plays elves. Because he doesn't like to be penalized.
I think it's
And
because he's
and I don't
hardcore.
have to worry about morale because they're just going to die. Like if you kill one thing, the whole unit's gone, and I don't have to do anything.
I don't have to worry about morale because I'm leadership 11.
I don't have to worry about morale because I run units of 5 tactically.
Also, that I run units of 5 and I'm leadership 11. It's like, okay, and I have a 2+4+ on MT5. Okay, make me run. I dare you.
I just like taking as many Vindicators as possible.
Okay, let me just add a caveat to that because this cunt is going to say something. So make me run without spending an equal or without spending twice to 3 times as many points to make me run.
Impossible.
Yeah, that gets a bit harder. Well, look, I'll make a deal. I could do that if you start running units of 10.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I can make your unit of 5 custodians run. Like, yeah, and that's gonna literally be your entire army focusing on one custodian.
I'd do it too.
See, it's funny because I wrote
it's for Demon Prince is getting
I
revenge
wrote
for
that
one
list.
time he almost died.
I wrote that list today with the new points values in Night Lords, and yeah, I spent 1,800 plus points to make this one thing go off to make a custodian unit run.
I'd do it.
Yeah,
I find
worth
it
it.
funny.
It's like I may have had my entire army massacred by the rest of the custodians, but I have the moral victory and also the morale victory.
To be fair,
and
you
legal.
walk into any game shop that has Warhammer or any Warhammer group, and you get to say, I made custodians fail a leadership test.
They just hand you free stuff, don't they?
I'm pretty sure they do. Well, it's never happened before, so nobody really knows.
I would be very surprised if it didn't happen. Like, it hasn't happened to me ever.
Look, that's my question.
There's a lot of stuff that
has
has to stack.
Zach's custodians run.
Yes, like this is I roll very badly, and a lot of bad shit happens to me. But my custodians never run.
See, that's
I
the
will
other
make
thing.
them run.
with my whole Night Lord Slanesh thing, not only am I a max potential minusing 8 from your leadership, but it's also adding 3 to your attrition test.
That is true. See that against say Death Guard, that's completely pointless because you can't modify my attrition. They basically have. Well, yeah. Look, realistically, the Death Guard codex should probably have been the Chaos Space Marine codex because it's literally just here's Space Marines, but stinky. Anyway, the point is, Death Guard are bad and not good.
Death Guard are bad.
Because all of my rules
Zach,
exist.
You know
in
who
better
is worse
forms.
than Death Guard? Nids. It's true. Nids are bad.
Nids are weird.
I think they were over nerfed after. Like
There's
they
a
definitely
couple
got
of
the
things.
knee jerk reaction.
It's a couple of things. Is one thing I don't think that the
I don't think we could have just left it there.
uninstall yourself. One thing I'd say is I don't think that the adaptive needs to be hit that hard, especially because it's no longer adaptive. It's like, we have the adaptive rule that you have to set in your list now.
Here is your fixed placed adaptive.
Yeah, exactly. Here is the fixed rule that you have to pick and you cannot change. I think that was a bit much. Maliceptor was hit a wee bit too hard with the points.
Yeah. We had to expect that though, because in the actual meta,
it's the same as
it's
the same as the Hive Guard. They were one of the most oppressive fucking things up until the codex was released. They were awful to deal with. Now you don't take them because they are costed to meaninglessness, and
indirect fire has ruined everything with indirect fire.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, look, to be fair, I think that if memory serves, they do ignore that if they're targeting something that I believe their rule ignores that because it says that they
there's like an always hit rule or something like that. Sort
of. So Impeller Cannon is indirect fire, but it can target. Oh, it doesn't benefit last cover. Selected guidance. Yeah. So it's so yes, it is indirect fire, but it can only do that if the target is visible to a friendly synapse creature.
Yeah.
And they ignore light cover. But on top of that, they have a rule that says if you are shooting something visible to a friendly synapse creature, you can ignore any and all hit, roll, and ballistic skill modifiers.
Oh, that's cool.
So no -1 to hit, no -1 to your ballistic skill, nothing like that. The problem is though,
Hang
A
on.
24-inch, heavy 3, strength 6, -2, 2 damage. Not terrible. 24 inches, not terrible. 60 points?
It's not cheap.
It's not
No.
cheap. Like for 3, you're looking at 180 points. Bring a fucking Exocron.
I'd take a Skull Altar over that.
Yeah, I'd take 3 Skull Altars as well. But mainly just to upset Zach.
I'm very
Oh, yeah.
easily upset.
Just like how I'm gonna get a Corn
Yeah,
Skulls and 2 Helldrakes just to upset Zach.
Look, the Helldrakes are fine, especially once I give my drive to Goldman, because I'll just throw bikes at them, and they are no longer an issue.
Cool, you did exactly what I wanted you to do.
Oh no, you survived not getting charged by bikes by a turn because the Helldrake's gonna die?
Yeah, but that gives me time to like put other
330
stuff into...
points well spent.
Exactly. It's a distraction. It's a distraction, Helldrake, and it does its job well.
Honestly, I probably just.
Because Zach
And
is
this is
very
why-
easy to troll.
Remember what happened last time you put a flyer in front of bikes?
Yeah, but this time I'm
You
not going to
flipped
put
the
the.
table.
This time I'm not going to make the flyer full of all of my choppy stuff.
Because I'm going to put 3 characters and all my score packs in this night side and then put it
Look,
in front of the strength
hindsight
8
being
minus
what it
4
was,
T3 plus 3 damage shooting.
hindsight being what it is, I made a tactical error with that. The tactical error was showing up.
Yes.
But anyway,
Anyway, back
let's
to the
talk
point.
about
Is
everyone's.
that, yes,
Let's
yes,
talk
so
about
Tyranids-
everyone's favorite Chaos Corn Demon, Scarbrand.
Scarbrand, the exiled one, he's got what Slaughter and Carnage, and he's got basically it's like
Yeah.
strength 16 minus 4 stupid damage, and then strength 8 stupid attacks minus 2 or 3 1 or 2 damage
His movement is 8. Weapon skill
because
2.
Corn wants it, and also he
Ballistic
can't
skill
fly
2.
because his rings
Yeah.
are rooted.
Strength 8, toughness 8, 22 wounds,
Yes.
Yep.
8 attacks,
Yes.
leadership
Con-
9, don't care. 4 plus 4
He's by
plus
himself.
save.
He doesn't give a shit. Yes.
He gets a what's this? A bellow of endless fury. So it's basically a
Flamer attack.
heavy flamer, basically.
Yep.
And slaughter and carnage. So yeah, he has the dual profiles, double strength, -4, D3 plus 3 damage, no invulns can be used against it.
Mhm.
Because
Basically,
he's the
slaughter and
angriest
carnage is
man
just Nightbringer rules, basically.
It basically is. He's angry.
He
He's
is
very
angry.
angry.
The best part is
So angry.
he continues in the Corn's brilliant tradition. As he gets bracketed, he gets more attacks.
Because Korn wants it. Because Scarbrand hates you. Scarbrand hates being outside. Scarbrand hates being inside. Scarbrand hates being in doorways slightly less than the above 2 things.
Scarbrand, this unit cannot be targeted or affected by psychic powers.
Yes, because
Yep.
fuck you. He's too angry.
He is too angry. But in
Today.
addition
He's
to that,
literally too angry to
he al-
die.
he also has his 6-inch aura
Of the best aura in the game.
of the best aura in the game.
Because it's the
But
single most hilarious aura in the game.
Let's get into the other parts of it, which all greater demons have. 20 plus wounds.
Yes, so there's no more sneaky beaky hidey stuff, which, to be fair, the Grand Claim one never had, because he's always had more than
Stupid
18 wounds, because he's a fucking fat bloated cunt.
They are big.
He a big boy.
Yeah.
But like, let's have just as comparison. I'm just going to quickly open up.
But see,
on-
this is where I think that the demon saves aren't going to be modified with the ignore invuln rules.
I think
I mean,
Because
look,
a
Demon
lot of the
Slayer's
big
going
stuff-
to- Demon Slayer has got to get changed to get that though.
It
Look,
does have to, because it doesn't make
that
any
one
sense.
I would approve.
Because
But
he only
for everything
has
else,
it against demons.
like for everything else though, we're talking no obscuring is going to start chipping these guys down pretty quickly. Like this thing
Yes.
only moves 8 inches. Like
True.
zippy enough, but to get to the other side of the battlefield to do anything that he actually does, that's going to be a stretch.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be bracketed at least once before he gets there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, look, he's toughness 8, and he's got a 4+ save.
But not hiding anywhere, that can hurt pretty big.
It can, but generally
Tau-
speaking, there's not a lot of long-range shooting that can do too much. Because, like, to bracket him,
Yeah.
you have to do 11 wounds to him.
Yes. But here's the other
Sorry,
thing.
you have to do 12 wounds to him because you've got to be under
brackets
half.
at 11. Yeah.
Correct. He brackets at 10.
But
No, brackets
no,
at 11.
brackets at 11. He's got 22 wounds.
22
brackets
wounds.
10.
12 plus is his top bracket. His second bracket is 6 to 11.
Okay, that's weird because
But also, they're not going to
Maybe
take
I'm
this
wrong.
away because while it might help everybody else, GW are not going to help Tau.
True. No one likes
no one's
Tau.
going to help Tau.
Exactly.
Look,
So
I'll help
Insta-did.
Tau. I'll help Tau. Die.
back onto the grill.
Yep, back onto the grill. But yeah,
no, that's
I mean, what's Scarbrand's points?
Ooh,
stupid.
Like
330,
360.
360, something like that. Yeah, you have to do. All the greater demons are over 300.
Yeah, I
360,
think
I
three
And then you
330
have
is
the,
the minimum.
the exaltation on there, and it's another like fair bit of points.
Scarbrand is 330 points.
370. Yeah. I mean, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. It's not
No.
super expensive.
It's like it's no corn Lord of Skulls.
That's because it's a Titanic unit. It's literally a knight on treads. One of the big
I
knights
know
on
it's
treads.
brilliant. I
It's-
love it so much.
It is the worst.
It's a Baden
model.
with 6 cultists.
It is the worst fucking model. I
Or
fucking
the Lord of
hate that model.
Skulls.
It is the worst model.
No, Dick Cannon go kaboom.
Dick Cannon go boom.
Dick Cannon does go boom right in your face.
I don't think I should be allowed to buy a Lord of Skulls because I would convert those tracks to legs, and we're getting like a Patch Adams doorway kind of thing going on.
I mean, to be fair, that's why the chitin exists, because people were converting the Lord of Skulls to have legs. And they're like, this is a terrible fucking model. So they released the chitin, which is literally just a Lord of Skulls with legs. Like, not even kidding. It is a Lord of Skulls.
It is.
But it has legs.
And still got this pose. It's
Yeah, that seems fair.
What is done is the fucking Forge
Zinching
World
combat.
Demon looks.
Yeah.
They are dumb and stupid.
Look, everything that Forge World makes is fantastic, Zach. They've never made a bad thing in their entire existence. Also, malefic weapons.
Yes.
Malefic weapons cannot
That was-
be modified in any way. They always have the same amount of attacks and strength and AP and damage.
And there is also
Which-
a second point to it.
Is weird.
The second point is even if you use another weapon, you still get the extra
You
attacks
always
from
get
the
to attack.
malefic weapon.
Correct.
Yeah, which that's nice.
They are like the Misericordia. They are like
Mhm.
the Sarding Talons. It's every time Cunt fights, he makes X amount of attacks with this weapon. The weird thing is, I believe there is a relic or a warlord trait that's like improves all of the weapons.
Yes, there is.
And it's sort of like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense because you can't do that with them.
No.
I would check myself, except again, it's not on the app.
Shame that.
And I rely on free codes from.
And now the past has also come back to haunt me because for all the years I've been saying if you have multiple things, divide it into their own section of the book to make it easier to find. Now it is divided into sections.
Yes, and the
I've got to go
Crusade
through
stuff is
4
at the
different
end.
chapters to find what I'm looking for.
Sucked in.
Look, it does mean that you don't open up your fucking codex to a Crusade page every single time and go, "This is not where I want to be."
Zach,
I
this
hate
is
Crusade.
why you use post
You would
to mark. the
actually, no, you would
pages.
hate Crusade.
Crusade's a
Too
mad
many
show.
restrictions.
Such a good show.
My biggest pet hate in this game is the restrictions, just stupid restrictions that are set. Like the army of renown for Bellicor.
I like restrictions because restrictions make you. It means you have to think differently.
Look, I'm just waiting for Cal to run an unbound army.
Just like you look.
Non-battle
Fuck any
forge.
rules. I'm just bringing 30,000 bloodletters because Corn wants it.
Nope, I would bring 8 bloodletters because that is the fluff.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I'll allow it.
Regardless of points, 8 bloodletters.
I mean,
Look,
I always run 7 Plague Marines in a squad, even though it is bad to do so.
It is
it's not a good thing to do. It's bad.
It's not a
But
good
must
thing
do
to
it.
do.
You know what's really
know what-
fun to shoot at squads of 7 Plague Marines?
Anything?
Plasma Fiends.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's automatically 9
You wouldn't
shots.
know. You don't have one.
I do have one.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You don't.
You don't.
He doesn't.
Sorry.
Happy?
Well, you didn't until you got that.
I got the plasma
The
ectoplasmic
parts
cannons off of
from
Chris,
Chris's Wall of Fame.
and then magnetized the fucker.
You know, this is real time me. You know what I've just figured out?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
So I've always
Dangerous.
prided myself on being able to take the stupidest patrol in a 500-point game ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was concerned with this book,
Because you
looking
can't.
through, but no, it looks like I can, and I'll have 10 points spare.
Oh no! He's got 10 points spare.
So now we have 10 horrors and Bellicor.
I'm terrified.
You can't take that because the patrol requires 2 troops choices.
A patrol
doesn't.
requires 1.
Patrol
it tries-
requires 1.
No, a patrol requires
One-
2.
No, a
One,
patrol requires 1,
HQ,
Zach.
1 troop.
No, a
It's
patrol
1.
requires 2.
It's 1, Zach.
2.
It's 1.
2. Patrol detachment. Fuck.
1 to 3.
Fuck.
So yeah, I'll probably take like an instrument or something. But yeah, no, I can do it now.
The instruments are free. So are the icons.
I haven't gone that far into the book.
Yeah,
it
no,
was
you
it was probably it was at
You
the
don't have
end
to pay
of
for
the
the
rules.
instruments or the icons anymore. They're just there.
Battlescribe fixes my costs for me.
Look, Cal,
Because
I'm
I'm not on
concerned
Apple.
that you sent me a picture of this Silver Strike weapon. What horrible
Oh,
mean
Christ,
units have you
God.
got planned for this?
Well,
What's
you
that?
see, the thing with the Silver Strike weapon is, I believe you heal a D3 mortal wounds for if you kill a cunt.
Silver Strike.
Or is that the one that's like that unit? Anything that if that unit
Well,
takes
Zach,
a wound,
it's
is -1 to hit and wound for the rest of the game.
it's a melee
is my-
weapon. It's
Yep.
it's +3 strength, -3
Yep.
AP, flat 3 damage. Each time an enemy model loses any wound as a result of an attack made with this weapon, until the end of the battle, each time that model makes a melee attack, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll and wound roll.
Look, that is not bad, but it's also situational.
It is situational,
Yes.
but Cal
So
sent me a
my-
picture of it, so I'm assuming he has some kind of bullshit planned.
Look, my thing would be to try and multi-charge. So this is going on a Keeper of Secrets. My thing
Well,
would try to
obviously,
be
I
some.
don't think it can go on anything else.
Well, it has to
I'd
go
give
on
it a go
something
with
with
Infernal
Wit Stealer.
Trappers.
You can only
Which
go
is
on
a
model
Yeah,
with
Keeper of Secrets.
Keeper of Secrets. But yeah, no. So the idea is if I can get it multi-charged into 2 to 3 units, unlikely, but maybe 2.
I'm not going to let that happen, but go on.
If I can split the attacks and
Unlikely.
hit 2 units, and they're -1 to hit and wound for the
But
rest
no,
of the
no,
game.
No. Model. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
each time an
unit, it says
enemy model.
How many things are you fighting that aren't going to fucking die if they fail to save against
Here we
3
go.
damage?
And here is Cal not reading the whole rule again.
Cal
the word
doesn't read the fucking
It's
rule!
literally the 5th word in the sentence.
Yeah, but I had to flick through pages. It's
No, you didn't. You
The
fuck.
5th word in the sentence, and you didn't even get that far.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
But here's the thing: how are you having a unit which does not have a model?
No,
No,
that,
no,
Nope.
no,
Nope. Get fucked. No.
no. It's every time
Stop.
that model. It's just that one
You don't
model.
read rules to understand.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
you don't know.
No. That one fucking that I don't even care what it is. That one Poxwalker is now -1 to hit, -1 to wound.
You know that one Poxwalker will roll all 3 of its 6-up shrugs when you try and do that.
I'm pretty sure
You know that will happen.
No,
It will happen.
Yeah, it'll be Hector.
It will happen, and therefore it will be alive, which means it doesn't take the damage.
yeah.
No, because it. Oh.
No, because
Yeah, no,
actually
because it
taking the
ignores
damage-
wounds. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm coming, Trajan.
No, you aren't.
I'm on my way to Terra.
Because
Where Trajan is, he's not allowed to be on any other battlefield that's not Terra.
Until you get your fucking helmet back.
okay, yes, no, you killed the Poxwalker. But that wasn't a terrible roll.
But
2,
look,
5, and 4. That's
something
not a
like
terrible roll.
something like a Baden. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
if
do
you
not-
knock that onto him,
Because let's be real, if the Keeper of Secrets is fighting about, the Keeper of Secrets is dead.
yeah, and now Baden's -1 to hit and wounds.
unless the
you did
Baden
see
fought
on
first,
the
in which case the Keeper of Secrets is dead.
you did see the bit in
Nope, the dirty fighter's a thing.
you did see the bit in the TT video where Chef did like the fucking infomercial for the was it the relic or the warlord trait for the bloodthirst, like, is Abaddon making your life hard?
So look, if Chef was talking, I'd probably skipped it.
Oh, this is I'm gonna
Anyway, Zach, here's something you'll like. Nurgle
Probably fucking
Warp
what-
Storm powers.
Yes.
oh, which one was that?
So we have
There's a
That was
couple.
the
swarming insects for 4 warp storm points. Use this effect at the start of the fight phase until the end of the fight phase. At the end of the phase, each time demon of Nurgle model from your army makes a melee attack, add 1 to the hit roll. It's not bad.
yes, and
So
then there's
we-
also +1 to AP against vehicles, which is
Look, the
But it just means they've just cancelled out the Silver Strike.
it just cancels out
it
your
just
mum.
cancels out Armor of Contempt on all my vehicles.
Which is nice.
But look, Plague of Rust is only 2
I
warp
Armor of
storm
Contempt.
points, so that's nice. And then finally, Wave of Sickness, which is also 2. Use it at the start of your shooting phase. Roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 12 of 1 or more Nurgle units in your army. On a 6, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Mhm.
That could be quite fun.
Yeah. Like, I hate having to fish for 6s, but if it happened, it happens.
I mean, if you had if you took all Nurgle demons and you just moved them up in a big wave, and then come turn 2 or 3, you've got 12 units that you're close to. I mean, you could be getting off 2d3 mortal wounds.
Nurgle demons
Yeah.
are going to be tough to shift.
That,
Yeah.
They are
That
gonna
beast
be
of Nurgle.
very,
I mean, I think
beast of Nurgle. Woo!
they're going to be even tougher for the person playing them to shift, just because they're so slow.
Oh, they're not that slow.
They're Nurgle.
great-
They're pretty slow.
Right and clean one. T9.
Yeah.
That's fine.
T9. 22 wounds.
It's fine.
Also, he
And-
moves 7.
And if history repeats itself, it'll be the single bolt pistol that does the wound.
Yes. That's how it works.
Yep.
Storm
And
bolters.
Rodigus with his Deluge of Nurgle. Every time he casts on a 7, the closest enemy unit within 24 inches
Oh, Jesus.
suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Denied.
You
Okay,
hope
like-
it's fucking denied.
No,
it's literally like,
it is
what if
denied.
the pox? What if the plague caster? But ridiculous.
Denied.
No,
But
you won't
and see,
deny.
Yes, I
see,
will.
it's things like this that's making demons as a standalone codex
They're
not
fine.
terrible.
They're not bad.
Yeah, not bad. But the souping options that we now get for Chaos Space Marines,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where a lot of the interesting stuff's going to come from.
Yeah.
Like, there's some really cool stuff.
I am probably going to get some. I want a Great Unclean one. I do.
Yeah.
But
And I
I
want to paint one.
can't really bring one.
I think you definitely need to, Zach. Great on
I'm
one
gonna
and
convert it.
Mortarian.
I can't.
Open
That's a
play,
lot.
mate. Open play.
That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points. That's like 700. Fucking. That's like 800 points.
Do it. I'd be most entertained by this 4,000 point game. Do it.
Do it, and
I'm
I'm going to
the
convert it.
game. It's going to
and
be
it's
like
going to be double
literally
the
a
height.
fucking. It's going to be about three. It's going to be like 3,000 points of fucking.
3,500 points, and you can fight Chris's 3,500 point army.
And by turn
Where
4's
Magnus
movement
dies.
phase, you would have
Nice.
just gotten out of the deployment zone.
I need you to check something for me.
Yeah.
Can you please go into the pox bringer? What does it say about his +1 to hit wound? Sorry, aura.
Bring up. In your command phase, no. He doesn't have a +1 to hit. Or
The +1 to wound.
no, it's a reroll wound.
Is it reroll wounds?
It's so Demonic Nurgle core unit within 6 inches of this model. Yep, makes an attack. You can reroll wounds. We can reroll wounds of 1.
It does say demonic and Nurgle. Okay.
Legioness Demonic Nurgle core.
Ugh. Okay, that's a shame.
And
then
core as well.
Necrons are fine.
Necrons are fine. Necrons have core.
Necrons. Look, the next step for Necrons is they get access to all strats, auras, and abilities that have the word core in it.
Necrons are shit.
Perfectly balanced. No exploits at all. Oh, fun.
See, that's
Well, we're
look,
over time at the moment, so we need to wrap up. But before we do,
Yeah.
we got to talk about the Flanachy warp storm effects.
Oh yeah.
Because
actually
you sent me a picture of them, and
I actually
this
don't
is
know what
entertaining.
they do.
So,
I'll
first
send
of all,
them to you.
for
Zach.
4 warp storm points, use this effect at the start of the fight phase. Until the end of the phase,
I prefer
each
it.
Demonicus Slanesh unit from your army within engagement range of enemy units can fight first.
Oh yeah, that's like you get to fight first, which is fine.
That's fine.
Considering they took fight first off
That's
everything.
no longer have fight first.
And we've got
Light
light-
speed, +1 to advantage or charge. You can't advance and charge anymore. That's
Yeah.
not
In
great.
saying that, Warp Locust, and they already moved 10 inches.
That's the thing. It's like you don't fucking need it.
Yeah. All the people online that are complaining about this. When is this going to be a fucking issue for you?
always, because they're bad at positioning.
Yeah, apparently so. It's like,
Yeah, well-
do you only win your games with like a billion Hail Marys? It's like I can't get this one single thing off.
Oh, look, the
That
number
requires 7 things being in the right position.
the
and me
number
being
of
really
people I see daily in Facebook groups saying, "Hey, how do you reliably get this 9-inch charge out of deep strike off?" It's like
You don't.
you don't.
The funniest part is the people that start fucking commenting on ways to do it. It's like, that's not how that rule works. Like, the amount of people in the elf group, I still
What
say,
do you know
and
about rules? You
this
don't read
isn't
them.
old. I don't have to read them. That's why I give Zach all of my codex codes. So he corrects me when I do something.
When you do
I
anything,
do something and then he tells me if I can or can't. This
That's
is
the
why,
thing.
when if I ever go
Like smarter,
competitive,
not harder.
Zach's going to have to come with me to tell me what my shit does.
Yeah, that seems fair. But look, the last one.
It's shit
so-
because anything that turns with actions is meh.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
it's fine, I guess. Maybe it exists.
There's a relic that stops actions now too for Slanesh.
Ooh, that could be spicy.
It's look. Rare is a situation where you have like something that is doing an action that is vulnerable to something like that.
Yeah,
It's very rare.
especially with how quickly actions finish up. Like they resolve generally in that player's turn. There's only a few things that actually span an entire battle round.
Very
Mm.
few.
Yeah. Like, granted, this one is an aura where I don't think it actually has to do anything. It just once it gets there, it fails. But same deal. It's still the action has to be ongoing for that to then fail.
Like
And
yeah,
on top of that, you've got to get higher than their leadership on 2d6.
Yeah.
which is very situational. Like sure,
Yeah.
you can do
Nightless Slanesh.
fucking the
Nightless
Slanesh
Slanesh.
thing.
3, you failed.
Whoops.
But it is just such a, and it's not even like it's an old thing that's coming into new play. It's in this book. There's I think it's something to do with corn. But it's the same. It's the same thing. Like this starts in your the action starts in the movement phase, and is resolved in your charge phase. What is the other player doing in between here that is going to be offsetting that action?
I know you shoot with that unit and fail the action.
Yeah, but that's it. Like you have to.
Yeah, it's like how much stuff is like it's like this person, it's like the Nightless thing. If this, you get a point if you fail an action. It's like okay, why is someone failing an action? It's like how many actions, as you said, is like are not finished in your turn.
Yeah, and
in your next command phase, if you're within, it's like, are you going to be within 6 of the battlefield? It's going to be end of your next command phase.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm never going to take that because it pretty much guarantees it's never happening unless I've essentially already won.
Unless it's like something like interrogation and you happen to have some kind of psyker there and
no,
it
but
denies
interrogation is straight away. You cast it. And if you're within 24 inches
and you
don't deny it, it's done.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you can die, that's one of the only opportunities that you have to actively have a part in maybe stopping an action. That's just bad gameplay.
It's I understand the idea behind them, but it's not. It's not great.
They haven't thought out actions enough, like as a mechanic, to be able to offer this as something that people are going to use.
Look, maybe sometime in 11th edition they'll have actions sorted out.
Why? We're nearly up to 10th and they still haven't figured out leadership.
Morale. We had this conversation. Morale's a tough one to do. Like in I think it was 6th edition. It might have been 7th edition. Warhammer Fantasy is if you were charging anything that had caused fear or terror, you had to roll a leadership check.
And that was the last time leadership did anything.
Yeah. And I think terror, it was either I can't remember what it did, but it did something else on top of like a fear was like you have to roll the leadership check to charge it. Terror did something else on top of that. And I can't recall what it was.
But it was basically just a rebranded
that was overpowered because as I said, but you're playing fucking vamp. 1 second, I need to punch my cat. Get the fuck!
Don't punch the cat.
He's trying to eat Mortarian's box again.
Look, there is so many ways to take that out of context. It's fantastic.
And this is why Zach doesn't have a Lord of Skulls with a dick cannon.
Because the cat will try to eat the Lord of Skulls box.
Yes.
Jono, I'm going to
unironically,
need
I
you
do-
to green stuff and paint peanut butter around the outside of the Lord of Skulls cannon.
I am probably going to have to buy a skirmish case specifically for Mortarion.
I think you should definitely
Yeah.
do that. Or alternatively, you could not do that.
No, you know what you need to do, which would be fucking hilarious. Go and buy one of the replica roses for Beauty and the Beast. Take the rose out and put Mortarion in it.
Yes, do that.
No. Yeah, like going back to the original point, is like all vampire count stuff cause fear, at least.
Yeah.
So you just couldn't charge them.
Tomb
On
Kings are
average.
just immune to fear.
And see, really, that was just a repackaged idea
Well, yeah,
of
Tomb
what
Kings are immune to fear
initiative
because they
was.
cause fear. And if you cause fear, you are immune to fear.
Yeah.
But
But again, just a
So
repackaged idea of original initiative.
it either does too much or not enough.
Look,
it's a very hard mechanic to balance.
We're still talking 40k. Yeah.
It's
Honestly, just wipe it. Leadership it's not going to be a thing no matter how much they try. It's
I do miss initiative sometimes.
I miss rolling for initiative.
We do roll for initiative.
No. Like if you've lost your initiative roll at the beginning of the game, rolling a 6, seizing the initiative. Yeah. That's what I miss. Because
I mean, we can do that. I don't give a shit.
I'm good with 6s. That's
no, you aren't.
Look, Cal, if you were good with 6s, you wouldn't have lost the initiative at the start of the game to start with.
Exactly.
You would have just
I
run that roll
can't roll 2 dice in a row without a 6.
If you roll 2 dice at the same time, does that count as well?
No, it's not like rolling with advantage or disadvantage.
No, that's how I get my 7s.
7.
You roll a 1 and a 6.
Yep.
Yes. That's how I get plenty of 7s, mate.
Look, all I care about is 11s.
Well, look, it's just like that game guide of how to play 40k. What's your best strategy? Roll 6s.
Roll 6s.
Yeah, just roll 6s.
Goblin salt, Conrad.
That will 100% win you the game.
Yeah. Unless
There
you're
is
taking leadership tests for the entire game.
You won't have to because you've rolled a 6 to save it.
Well, that's a valid point. So that's Zach's strategy. He just has to roll more 6s.
Yeah, but if you're going to take that as a strategy, don't take psychers.
I need to roll more than fucking 2.
No. If you're taking that as a strategy and you really want to take psychers, take Grey Knights, because while you will perils, you will then get ages, which you'll roll 6s for, and you'll be fine.
Related, there is that lovely little thing. It's a Corn Relic, I believe, where you if you perils within 18 inches of or 24 inches, one of the two, you perils on any double and it's D6 mortal wounds.
Yep.
This is fun.
Yeah. It is very nice.
Doesn't work on Magnus because he doesn't care.
I kind of wish that they built more fuck you psychers into Khorne.
I kind of wish they built more fuck you psychers into sisters.
Look, I think they might build it into World Eaters, which could be fun.
I would love for a psychic test, you roll 1d6 and then you always perils.
Okay.
If you're within 18 inches, I think that would be hilarious.
Look, I'm just going to bring lots of Catan powers against Khorne Demons just because fuck you.
But see, if we're changing demon saves, we should probably change the time because there's still kind of a mind. Khorne are going to just assume that this is psychic fuckery.
But it's not psychic fuckery.
It's not
They
psychic
don't-
fuckery, though.
They're a bit like me. They don't care about the details. It's whatever the emotion is behind it.
The emotion behind it is
Hungry.
I'm going to eat your star.
Like
Because I'm going to eat you.
Khorne are just the knee-jerk reaction of 40k's universe.
As opposed to Flanachy, who is just a jerk off reaction.
Exactly. Nurgle, they're looking.
Don't
Nurgle are
get
just
me
looking for a jerky reaction.
After that one, I think
Yeah,
I
we're
think-
way over time.
Look, we better
there's too
wrap up
much
there.
fodder in that.
So
We've had peanut butter and fucking
yeah,
dick
look,
cannons.
before we
and-
get demonetized even harder, like, subscribe, then press the real subscribe button. We hit 1,000 subs. I will drive to Goldman with 10,000 dice. Cal will roll them, and every 6 he will eat.
May God have mercy on us.
And then he will hire a very good plumber.
I am gonna
I believe
rattle
they are called surgeons.
proctologists even.
Well, look, that depends on the depth, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, do all of that stuff, and we'll see you next time.